You know how dogs hate going to the vet? Like they're all happy you finally decided to take them out of the house for the first time since last year? Like they think you're gonna take them on some grand adventure? Do you even understand how exciting it is for your dog to go somewhere with you? Until you decide to take them somewhere, the most interesting decision they have going for them that day is, well, I slept there next to the lamp yesterday. Guess I'll sleep next to my unopened dog leash. Like that's a dog's life in a nutshell, choosing where to sleep, and they depend upon you to go do something fun. So when you finally do take them out of the house, they just summon all of this excitement and energy out of nowhere, like they drank 5 Red Bulls and snorted 3 Fun Dips, just wide-eyed and spazzing out in the passenger seat. Where am I gonna go? This is amazing, this is life, I'm gonna smell new smells, see new sights, claim new territory, yes! Then boom, they get their testicles removed. That's basically what it's like for a kid being thrown into preschool. Now, forgive me for my long and specific analogy, but let me explain. Your whole life leading up to that moment has been getting spoon-fed mush and sucking milk dispensers without a care in the world. No responsibilities. Then one day your mom buys you a cool backpack with your favorite superhero, gives you a pudding cup and a paper bag, and drops you off at the beginning of your life. Just like a dog getting its testicles removed. This decision was out of our control, unfair, and a load of horseshit. Now from this point on, your life will never be the same. It's also one of the first memories we can actually draw back on and remember because of how traumatizing it was. But preschool isn't traumatizing, it's for babies. You don't understand. Or maybe you just don't remember. But I do. Being so dependent on your family for so long, and then for them to just leave you somewhere you've never been with freaks you've never met for who knows how long, was scary. My preschool was half a school and half a church, which is ironic because it was also hell. My mom walked me inside to my classroom, and initially I thought, oh, so this is like a park, but inside. It's got toys, books, crayons, kids, and my mom's just gonna sit over there at that desk until I'm done. Cool. But nope, she said deuces, good luck, don't get lice, and split. Not exactly that. I'm sure she probably hugged me somewhere in there, but I was like 3, so forgive me for not remembering the dialogue. I just remember the experience. Anyways, she left, and I was thinking, oh, I get it. Funny joke, Mom. Yeah, she's probably just getting a drink or something. She'll be back. More kids would come in, and I'd ask their parents, hey, do you see my mom out there? Oh, what's she look like, sweetie? She kind of looks like you, but with less wrinkles, less weight, and less mustache. No, I'm just joking, I didn't say that, but I did ask if they saw her out there in the hall, and they told me, nope. Oh. Well then, where is she? Shh. Hey, it's okay, buddy. She'll be back in a little bit. Why don't you just go play with some toys? This was my preschool teacher, but I didn't know that since I've never had a teacher. She did smell like mints though, which is about as much as I can recall, so let's just call her Mrs. Mint. So Mrs. Mint told me to play with the toys and meet other kids, which I did. For a few seconds. Huh, this is a cool dinosaur. Hey, that's a cool dinosaur. Yup. Can I try it? Mm-hmm. My turn. Nope. Now it's my dinosaur. What? See how I'm holding the dinosaur? Mm-hmm. And how you're not holding the dinosaur? Mm-hmm. So now this is my dinosaur, and you go find a new one. Excuse me, Mrs. Mintz, I believe there's been a terrible mistake. I think you may have accidentally enrolled Satan into the house of God. Should we send it back to where he came from, or... Of course I didn't say that. I ain't no snitch. Plus I didn't know how to respond to the situation yet. So this kid finessed my toy dinosaur, and I did nothing. Which then in turn scared me from wanting to play with the other boys, and I couldn't play with the girls because they had cooties, so where do I go? I went and stood in a corner. I'm not even joking right now. Being surrounded by those kids without my mom was the scariest moment of my life at that point. The corner wasn't even a corner. It was a small space between 2 bookshelves that I could kind of squeeze into that was at the middle of the room. I started crying and thinking to myself, these kids aren't even kids. These kids are monsters. Why did my mom leave me here? These kids are pure evil. Oh god, okay, I'm just gonna wait in this corner. Just gonna wait it out. Just don't make eye contact, okay. Oh god, okay, I think that one saw me. Oh Lord, baby Jesus, please save me now. Oh god, this is terrible. Whew. So I stood there for a considerable amount of time. Mrs. Mint didn't even know I was there because the corner had a really dark shadow and it hit me well. So she must have heard me whimpering because she eventually tapped my shoulder. Hey, you alright, buddy? Wait for
me! Jonathan! Jonathan, come help Grandpa! Help, I can't move!
I'm sorry, Grandpa, but I mean, I'm like all the way over here, and you're all the way over there.
What do you mean? You're
if
right
I go
next
over there,
to me.
then the water's gonna get me, and then I'm not gonna be able to move any longer. And I'm gonna
What is happening right now? Life alert! Life alert! Help! My leg is stuck and I can't move!
Man, my own life is on alert. I gotta get out of here. See you later, you old raisin.
What do you mean your own life's on alert? I pay $50 a month for this shit! Get
Clearly. Okay, well, class is about to start, so I'm gonna need you to come out. Class? So come on out. And thus was the start of my learning experience.
New Lamborghini here.
It started off pretty simple. We did that game where we all sit in a circle and throw a ball around introducing ourselves and what our favorite color was. One kid would get it, say blue, pass it to another kid who'd say triangle. Clearly a school for the gifted. Then after the introductions, we'd just go back to playtime and I'd isolate myself from the masses until Mom came back. She finally picked me up and asked how it went, and I told her good. I didn't really want to snitch on that kid, cause snitches get stitches according to the unwritten playground rules, and I wasn't about to be a tattletale. So yeah, I told her it was fun, and yada yada yada. Most of my school days went like that for the rest of the year, not really much improvement. I did become friends with one girl though. I can't recall her name, but she had this really frizzy black hair and taught me what caca meant, which means poop in Spanish, by the way. Although I think that's the bad word version. So don't say it if you have a Spanish-speaking mom. You'll probably have to eat soap.
Caca.
Oh, I see.
Anyways, I thought that was funny, so boom, friendship. We didn't play with many of the toys, we mostly looked through those I Spy books together. The problem was that she had girlfriends too, and I didn't want to go near, so I'd have to wait until she was done playing with them. During that time alone, I'd do some drawing, and I noticed this line of kids going up to Mrs. Mint. So I took a closer look, and the kids were giving her pieces of paper with scribbles. And she'd say, "Oh, how sweet, it says you think I'm a very nice teacher, thank you, Billy." And she'd hug him. And I thought to myself, huh, I want to do that. So I went back to my drawing station, whipped up some scribbles, cut in line, and gave her that paper. "Aw, it says you're having so much fun at school and love this class." Wait, what? It doesn't say that. It says this class sucks and I want to go home. How can you not read that? You seem to have read Billy's just fine. What's the issue? I didn't say that, but I didn't want to correct the teacher and tell her she foolishly misread my scribbles, so I just took my hug and went back to drawing. Some of the days, though, we didn't have playtime or learn new words, and instead we learned about Christianity.
Let me tell you something. When you walk through these doors and you lift your hands to pray, I want you to remember that you're talking to Almighty, all-knowing, all-powerful God, the creator of heaven and earth. The blast of his nostrils can split the cedars of Lebanon. He holds the seven seas in the palms of his hand. He weighs the mountains.
You know, since school was half a church. I don't remember a whole lot of that portion of preschool though. I just remember that sometimes we all went and sat in a church hall where they talk about God and have people dressed up to do a play. Sometimes if you were lucky you'd get chosen to go up there and play as tiny Jesus. In all though, the whole experience was pretty boring to me, so I wouldn't pay attention. That's when I discovered those tiny pieces of paper next to the Bible on the bench in front of me, and I just started doodling until I heard words stop leaving the pastor's mouth. The only thing I really learned was this prayer that they taught us to say before we ate our meals. I really didn't care, but the teachers made us say it so much that it became engraved into my mind, so when I went home, I'd lead the prayer for dinner and said what I learned to impress my parents. I don't remember what it was anymore, but it was probably somewhere along the lines of, "Dear God, thanks for the food, fam. Appreciate it. Amen." It wasn't said like that, but I think it has the same gist. But yeah, school started to get a little easier, and I got the hang of it eventually.
Fight. Your mom.
It really wasn't difficult to graduate. The tasks were simple. Well, for most of us anyways. The teacher would give us mini blackboards and say something like, "Okay class, please draw me a circle." Good job. Oh, "Billy, good try, sweetie, but that's not a circle." And then the teacher would quickly jot down a little note on her clipboard. Billy would get to, graduate. Now I say that in quotations because while the Billies of the class got to graduate out of preschool, they didn't get to go to kindergarten like the rest of us. They went to a grade called Young Fives, which is basically like getting held back, but in a nicer way so he doesn't get discouraged. I mean, how hard is it to draw a circle, dude? It's like the easiest shape. So in all, preschool sucked and I didn't enjoy it much. I got to do a little graduation ceremony on the playground and Mrs. Mintz gave me my diploma that she probably printed out that morning, and that was that. I thought I was done with this whole learning phase in my life. But oh, how naive I was. Because little did I know, it only gets worse from there. However, those stories are for other videos, and I'm going to have to stop this one here. If you enjoyed, please leave a comment. I'll respond to as much as possible, and yeah, hope you liked my first real video. See you next time.